but I think you at least need to go every day because there's going to be crap building up in you literally.
I couldn't imagine not going several times a day.
I mean, it's going to give you cancer. I mean, I can tell you that. If you're not going to the bathroom, the toxins are just circulating.
And if you're not going to the bathroom, you might already have cancer. We had a lady working for us that came up here and said, hey, I need to go see a doctor. I haven't gone to the bathroom in 3 days. So I said, you better go to the doctor now. And I didn't know anything about it, didn't think about it. She went to the doctor and they said, you have full-blown cancer. And she said, well, she's going to go home first and try Metamucil and some other stuff and an enema. And she went a couple more days. I said, you better get your ass to the doctor. I can't afford to miss work. I go, you can't afford to, be sick either.
Yeah.
Like, go to the doctor before this gets worse. She went at about day 7. She went to the doctor, and she actually died 6 weeks later.
Wow. Yeah, seriously, if you're not going number 2 every day, you need to get that figured out. And there's a lot of natural stuff you can do. Metamucil, Citracel, or eat fiber and drink water. I mean, I know that's tough to do, but the guidelines is about 35 grams of fiber a day. Most of us don't get that. If you start achieving that, you'll probably be pretty regular.
It's rice fiber?
Which, rice?
Yeah.
That's
like our fiber's really low.
I'm trying to think.
Because like we're not eating shit for vegetables and stuff.
You're not eating a lot of vegetables. If you don't like green vegetables and you don't like eating fiber, I'm in the process of making a fiber product. Now, I've told you that twice before. But every fiber product gives you gas. I cannot stand gas. I can't stand being bloated. It really just pisses me off. If I've got gas, and I mean the layman terms, if you got a poot or you got a fart, it pisses me off. I can't stand it. It's just annoying. It is a waste of time. You're breathing air out your butt.
You just gotta let it out, man.
I know.
You gotta let it out.
But who has time for that?
It's just gonna make you feel bad.
Yeah. But I want to make a product that don't cause that.
Plus, it'll bring you closer with your clients.
No, further away.
You have something to laugh about.
Or a reason to leave.
They ain't leaving.
They ain't leaving. My clients ain't. They love me. I like them too. They're all cool.
Jared Butler. We read that one. Chase
I didn't
May.
tell him the name. Renew Life. Renew Life. That's the name brand. It's I believe they have numerous ones. They have one called Colon Cleanse or Daily Cleanse. It is a non-stimulant laxative. You can use it every day. I tell you what. You just write me an email and I'll give you a list of products you can use.
Don't they have a walk-in place you can do that, like a storefront?
Colonics. You can go get a colonic.
Like going and getting a massage.
Yeah, they do. There's tons of different colonics that you can do. There's a few high-name bodybuilders that do them because they swear it increases their protein absorption. And yeah, I've been taught having a clean colon increases the absorption, but I've never personally done an 8-week study and said I'm going to do a colonic every week and see if I grow muscle from it. So I can't say through personal experience, but I know other people who swear by it.
You could just enema your protein.
Enema protein?
Guys get drunk faster doing that shit. You'd think your body would uptake it.
I don't want nothing going up my butt.
No.
It's an exit only.
Chase May. When you plateau in weight loss, is it better to cut calories, increase cardio, or increase weight training?
When you plateau in weight loss. Well, based on the program, and I know Chase, we talk all the time, but so you plateau.
This is Chase May, not Hicks.
Okay. Well, I think I talked to Chase.
Do you?
I may. I mean, I think I do. I may say I got Chase Hicks mixed up. But, okay, so let's just say you plateaued. Well, if your nutrition is on point, and this is what I do with my clients, I look at them, I evaluate everything. Okay, well, the nutrition's on point, we're eating enough protein, we don't want to go any lower in carbs, any lower in fat, then the first thing I'm going to do is look at your schedule. Can you handle more strength training? If you can, that's the first thing I'm going to increase. Because as a man, you're not going to wake up and go, dude, my arms are just too big. I am too freaking muscular. I can't take it no more.
It happens to me sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes Amanda's shirt gets in my closet and I put it on. I had one of Sebastian's on the other day.
What? Well, for the average...
Did I not?
Yep.
Well,
I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Peel this off of me.
For the average person, you're not going to wake up. John is different. He's legendary. But I don't ever wake up and think I have muscles too big, and most people don't. But the losing the fat, that's another aspect. That takes time. So you're only going to burn fat doing cardio while you're doing it. It might last 30 more minutes. But doing muscle strength, your metabolism's up for like 4 more hours. So I would rather you men out there to do a few more sets of strength training and maintain the cardio. Or let's just say, take your current cardio,
make it a little harder.
Maybe it's 30 minutes. Do it a little harder, and maybe for 5 more minutes. Don't go crazy and go 30 minutes to 60 minutes. I mean, yeah, that'll help, but what if you're not eating enough protein and you burn muscle? Muscle's way too hard to gain. It's really easy to lose, though.
Like, if you don't have a puddle of sweat and you can't wring your shirt out and you can hold a conversation, you're not doing hard cardio.
Yep. That's called high-intensity cardio, guys. High-intensity cardio works. I mean, that's just the bottom line. If you are covered in... Yeah, I hate it. I hate it. I like to do it... When I do it, I like to do it more functional. Because I'm an ex-athlete. I played football. I loved all that high-intensity stuff. I would much rather push the sled, you know, pull the sled, pick the yoke up, flip tires, use a sledgehammer. That's way more fun to me than sprinting on a treadmill or running on a treadmill, if I've got to pick. But again, that's taxing, and I rarely do cardio. But when I do it, I prefer high intensity. But when I bodybuilded, I did the exact opposite. I did low intensity, because if I did high intensity, I would burn muscle. Because my body fat was so low, my metabolism, and I tracked all my steps and my heart rate all day long on a little Fitbit. My average day without exercise is 4,000 to 4,500 calories. Without exercise. When I exercise, I'm at 5,500 to 6,000 calories a day is what I burn. And nobody ever believes me, and I said, okay, well, I'll just start tracking my Fitbit, and I'll screenshot it to them. And I do that occasionally just to show people.
I think you can upload it to your Facebook.
You can.
Yeah.
That thing is cool. It was 100. I mean, this thing's, of course, I'm not endorsed by them, but the Fitbit Charge HR tells my heart rate. I can look at it all the time and tell what it is. It tracks my sleep. Tells me, like I told John, I was like, man, sometimes I just don't sleep for crap.
Is that where that closes? Does it complete a circuit? Oh no, it's just a band.
Yep, it's a band.
A little Hypalon band or something. Yep. That's pretty cool.
And it's got little, I guess, little.
So in theory,
razors.
we could make a Cobra buckle band or something for it, maybe.
Oh no, I'd wear that.
I'm not sure.
But looking at it right now, it says I've already, let's see, my heart rate's 101 beats a minute, which is probably a little high. My heart rate usually stays around 90 to 100, which no, this is not great, but I drink a little bit too much caffeine. That's why it stays up there. But that's how you can know how many calories you burn. And it'll tell you everything. Shit, I lost track of what I was talking about.
Plateauing weight.
Plateauing.
Better to cut calories, increase cardio, or increase weight training.
I kind of just do a system of evaluation. Check if your meal plan's good, add the strength training, and just add a little bit of cardio and get more intense with it.
This is a good one. Joe Theman, or Theman. How come I don't get any energy from Hyperlean? I'm losing weight, but I can take Hyperlean and go to bed. I'm taking 2 a day right now. Am I missing a step there? Now I got a buddy, Scotty G, big dude.
Yeah.
We've talked about him before. And I hooked him up. I gave him one of every product.
Right.
And I wanted him to try it out. And he said, man, I'm taking this 187. I'm taking 2 scoops of this shit. I don't feel it. I'm taking 3 scoops as a pre-workout. I'm not feeling it. I said, you taking it with a Vaso? He said, yeah, I'm taking it with Vaso, and I'm using Hyperlean. I'm like, dude, you're blocked to it. Like, your beta receptors are fucking, you got to come off everything for a few weeks.
When people tell me that, number one, it blows me away. I'm like, I've been on stimulants since I even knew they existed when I was in grad school and in undergraduate. When I wanted to make good grades, I wanted to be valedictorian. I'd drink coffee and that didn't work. Went to 5 hours before I knew it. I was taking stimulants over the counter like NO Explode when it first came out. And dude, I've been taking that stuff since then, and I haven't cleansed, and I feel it. And when people tell me they don't, like, if I take a whole Hyperlean, even with a full meal, I feel it. And I've never cleansed in 11 years.
I'll get to the point where I'm always short of breath.
Yeah.
Even laying in bed, I'm short of breath. So
because you had so many stimulants.
I will have to stop, because my beta receptors are blocked. Like, I'll literally have to stop taking everything for several weeks. Yeah. And then when you go back to fucking 1 scoop, you're bouncing jacked off the walls. Yeah. And
some people, like you said, are your receptors are blocked. You're not absorbing it. You're not getting it all in. And I guess I might have lost effectiveness over time. You know, maybe a cup of coffee used to jack me up. Now I can drink 3 or whatever. But when he said he's taking 3 scoops and a Hyperlean,
Scotty, yeah.
I mean, I have never heard. I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah.
But it could be.
And if it was anybody other than Scotty, I wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had people tell me stuff, and I'm like, man, there's no way. You're full of crap. And I've seen them do it in front of my face, and then I was sold. But on the hyperlean pills, and I believe it's on the label, it should be. I hadn't read the label since I made the label. But you can take 2 at a time. Now, I have done that. I was geeked, and I drank a ton of water. You did that.
I was fucked up.
But, again, me and you don't have down-regulated receptors. I would tell this guy, try it. Try 2. See what happens. If 2 don't work, you need to take a few days off of stimulants, or we need to find something. Write me an email, let me find something for your adrenal glands, and I'll send you a link to it. If I can't get it for you, I'll send you a link to where you can buy it. Because there's an issue.
And if you die, have somebody let us know.
Yeah, if you die, man, it don't matter because you won't be here to write us back. We'll never know.
We're just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Joseph Thacker, what kind of music do you listen to?
My favorite music is rap and hip hop. My second favorite's country.
Country like hip hop or country like I lost my dog and I'm crying.
I don't know, man. I like it all. Like my favorite, of course, and people can say it's cliche, is Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne, but I don't like as much the stuff put out in public. I like mixtapes. I love mixtapes. It's not the Carter 2, the Carter 3.
I like that.
Which I like that stuff, but I would prefer a mixtape that don't go to Best Buy.
Yeah, I like a mixtape.
I love
Nicki
Lil
Minaj
Wayne, Eminem. Eminem's one of my favorites. I like him. But then if I go to country, of course, part of me likes old school country. Johnny Cash, David Allan Coe, you know, the old stuff. But then on the new stuff, I like, I still like the Florida Georgia line. They're pretty cool.
I do too.
Jason Aldean, maybe, is that his name? I get their names mixed up because they're not clients. I really don't pay attention to people's names if they're not my clients. And I know they're supposedly famous, but I don't believe in famous people.
Who's the...
Shit, I don't know.
Who's the guy that... His guys contacted us. We're going to send us tickets. Sings the bootlegging song. I know all his songs. I can't think of who he fucking is.
I don't know. I can't think of their names. And I know that's crazy, but I don't know movie stars. I don't know people. If I saw a famous person, I'd walk right by them. I'm like, I don't know you.
A lot of them you wouldn't recognize.
I don't even know their names. People say, hey, he's a famous singer. I'm like, all right. Does he come to the gym? Is he signing up? Do I need to get my meal plan? Nope. All right. Leave him alone.
Here's another one. Chris Perkins. I'm 6'3", 160 pounds. Wow, you're thin. I have issues gaining weight. I can eat all I want and not gain a pound. Is there anything I can do to gain weight?
Yes. Okay, so you're
Stop
6'3",
eating
160. Shit. Yeah. You can eat all you want, quote, and not gain a pound. What are you eating? You need to make a food journal. You need to write it down. You need to download an app, Fitness Pal or whatever. Put it in, see what you're really eating. Because you can eat 10,000 calories a day from pizza and pasta and donuts and all that junk. No, you're not going to gain a pound. You're going to poop it out or you're going to burn it off. Make it your goal to eat 400 grams of protein a day, 600 complex carbs, and about 300 grams of healthy unsaturated fats. So do that and let us know if you gain weight. 400 protein, 600 complex carbs, 300 fat. Do that for a month. Don't BS us. And there's no sugar included in that. If you eat any sugar, it's on top of the 600 grams. And your sugar should come from fruit. Do that and let us know if you gain weight.
Get you a little timer and have 2 scoops of this every 90 minutes.
Yeah.
For real.
That's the only way you're going to get to 400 grams of protein.
You'll trim up too.
Yep.
Just set a timer on the counter. Every 90 minutes, 2 scoops of protein and water.
Because you can make 6'3", even 180 lean. It's going to look muscular. We was watching the Ninja Warrior show last night.
Just add vascular.
These guys are freaking tiny.
Yeah.
I mean, tiny. 5'10", 150, 5'11", 160. To me, that's almost anorexic.
Because they're ninjas.
Yeah, but that's still no muscle. They're ninjas on a course.
Well,
you put them in a fight, and they're going to get broken. None of these guys are fighters.
They're parkour and dance. And
they're dance and gymnastics.
They have to have elasticity, man.
I guess that's what it is.
They rip their arm off. That shit they're doing.
But that one guy they call Popeye, they said his forearms are literally the same size as his biceps.
Which means
he was the second place.
Which means he has no biceps.
No.
Aaron Hollins, get your hormones level checked. hormones. Get your hormone levels checked. Calculate your input and output, because you can eat enough to gain weight. It just has to be a lot of the right stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, if your hormones are off, of course we didn't address that, but if you have low testosterone, you're never going to gain muscle.
He didn't tell us his age either.
Yeah, I didn't know you were.
Chris Perkins. All right, thanks. I've always blamed genetics. Most of the men in my family are tall and thin until they hit 30. Then the gut sets in.
Oh, that is hormones. That is genetics, and that is hormones.
Some beer in there too at age 30, probably.
Beer and stress.
James Hamblin. What type of fish do you eat? My nutritionist recommends tilapia, but I have seen and read studies on how the farm-raised fish like that are terrible. My goal is weight loss. Is salmon good for you? Any other suggestions?
Okay, number one. You use the word nutritionist. That means nothing to me because I don't know the degrees that got this person their nutrition degree. Here's how you need to evaluate your nutritionist. What are their degrees? I hope they have at least a graduate level degree. What are their certifications? What do they look like if it's a male in a Speedo, a female in a bikini? If they can't be in the top 10% of the people in the state, which is, it don't mean you have to compete. But at any given time, I could get in a Speedo and be in the top 10% of my state. Because I am a nutritionist, I do have graduate level degrees, I did graduate valedictorian. I hold my title pretty seriously. But if a nutritionist is telling you tilapia, I give tilapia as a choice, and I tell people up front, do not eat it, but it is a choice. That is terrible. That is the catfish. It is a bottom feeder. All the tilapia around here is coming from junk. And I even tell you guys, I'm like, try not to eat tilapia unless you have to.
If you're going to get tilapia, Whole Foods has a tilapia that is supposed to be a lot.
Yeah, their tilapia is...
And their tilapia looked different.
It does not look different.
The same. It looked like a whole nother fish.
It's a different size.
Yeah.
As well. Because there's a...
Because we go and buy... When we buy... We haven't in a long time, but when we were buying tilapia from Whole Foods, we would buy a whole container of it. We would literally go in and buy... I think this was 10 pounds of tilapia, maybe?
Yeah. And the fillets were probably the length of that thing, wasn't they?
They're good size,
yeah,
man.
And the ones you're getting at Walmart are like this. But on the fish thing...
Here, it's...
Has it got it on there?
Yeah, when we bought tilapia, it was 10 pounds.
Yeah,
so
but look at the difference in the price.
Yeah.
You're paying $9 a pound. Most of these people are probably paying $3 and $4 a pound.
Yeah, those little fillets you're getting at Walmart are not fucking the same thing.
That is not the same.
Tilapia is a shit eater. And in a lot of countries where they don't have food, and these missionaries will go in and set up water and food for them, they will keep tilapia in circulation ponds beneath, and they will have chicken cages on top. They will feed the chickens. The chicken shit will go into the pool. The tilapia will eat it, shit into the water, and then they will circulate the dirty water through grow tubes and media to grow strawberries and kiwi and stuff.
You can do that in your backyard.
You can do that.
If you Google
that, you can do it with cleaner fish.
I've seen it, and I thought, man, that's pretty cool how they could even do that.
Yep.
Now, if you're in poverty, you're in a third world country, you eat the damn tilapia. That is great because you're probably drinking sewage water anyway. But what fish do I like? My #1 favorite fish in this world is probably orange roughy. I love orange roughy. It is freaking incredible. But I've had some very good sea bass. Me and my girlfriend went to a restaurant and I got a sea bass, and she did too. It was freaking incredible. Real thick white flavors, real sweet fish. I like white fish. I do not like salmon's okay. I'll eat it if it's cooked right, but it's a pink fish. It has a smell. I won't eat a fish that smells like a fish. If it's raw and I smell it and it has a smell at all, I will not eat it. That grosses me out. When I cook fish and it has a smell, grosses me out. I like to cook fish that you could cook fish right here and you didn't know if it's fish or chicken. That's good fish. That's sashimi quality fish. And I like tuna steaks, which is sashimi grade or sushi grade tuna. Ahi tuna. Love it. You can sear on both sides or just cut it and eat it raw. That's quality stuff.
You can get a good piece of ahi from Costco or Sam's Club too. They only have it on Fridays, I think, is when it comes in, so it sells pretty fast, Thursday or Friday. But you can get a big, huge piece, man. And if you just throw a little oil in the pan and hit that for about 2 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side, it's raw, still cold in the middle. I only like I like cold water game fish, high in mercury, Fukushima irradiated. I know, because every time I eat fish, somebody's like, "Oh, you're gonna get fucking cancer, Fukushima." Yeah. I got a lot of other shit that I'm gonna get probably before I get fucking cancer from the fucking amount of fish I'm eating. Yeah. Years ago, not so much now, but when I lived in Oceanside in San Diego, we had several sushi places right there, and we would eat sushi all up and down Pacific Coast Highway. I'd have sushi for lunch and dinner often. And when I went to get my blood work done, I hadn't been to a doctor, hadn't had a physical in 10 years probably. And they ran blood work, and my doctor, when we went back in for the consult, he said, "What are you eating?" I said, "Why?" He said, "Because your cholesterol is through the roof." He said, "It's not your bad cholesterol, it's your HDL." Mm-hmm. He said, "But it's higher than I've ever seen." He said, "You eat a lot of fish." I said, "I eat sushi twice a day, yeah, and a lot of it. Like it's nothing to sit down. Like when you see dudes at table order a plate of sushi, that's for the whole table. I will eat that myself, and wow, I just eat a shitload of.
I love sushi. I could eat sushi. Like I could eat it every day. I don't necessarily want to spend $50 to $100 on my lunch every day, but if I was going to, I would do sushi.
We did. If there's a sushi
it's
place,
expensive.
like
to get good sushi, you're gonna pay.
Yeah. We'll go into Franklin and meet Dana for lunch on the weekends oftentimes, and there's some good places. If you guys are ever there and you want to go eat, we'll come.
And it's a great pre-workout meal. You eat sushi pre or post-workout. The carbs and the white rice.
You can leave the rice. Like you don't have to eat all the rice.
You don't have to eat all the rice. You can get sashimi.
I get this. I'll get the nigiri that has the rice, because I'll cut the rice in half. I'll just push it in the middle, half the rice, because I still want the soy sauce and the wasabi. I still want a little of that flavor to it. Austin, what's the best food for breakfast that is not eggs? Chicken breast.
That's a really good question, because it can be a lot of things. And I think if you're going to ask me, okay, so any protein would be good. Chicken breast, turkey breast, lean steak, wild game, protein shake. All that's great stuff. Personally, what would I like for breakfast? I would love to have
cinnamon rolls.
Cinnamon rolls, yeah, that's my number one. But if we were talking healthy,
okay,
I'm thinking a medium rare filet.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love that as my meat with a salad or whatever. Because if you did a steak, you probably wouldn't have to eat any carbs. You'd probably be full. But for years when I was bodybuilding, I had a terrible breakfast. It was gross, but it worked for me. You know, 1, 2 first place, 3 first place, whatever I won. But I did 2 cans of white albacore tuna, which was 66 grams of protein.
Yep,
and I did grits. But now, mind you not, this is how I did it. I came home, I got up in the morning, went straight to the gym, did my cardio, my mobility, my movement exercise, came straight home, and I always cook my grits on the stove. I didn't microwave it. I like everything fresh. If I had to microwave it, I really don't want it. I like to cook. So I put the grits on the stove to cook the grits. As it's cooking, I would have my sugar-free Crystal Light or Kool-Aid or whatever. I would drain the albacore tuna, wash it, drain it, put it on a plate, turn the stove on with the grits, and I would literally eat those 2 cans of tuna so fast, I would drink that whole 20 ounces of sugar-free Kool-Aid. I wouldn't taste it. It was basically like fill my mouth up, switch it around, swallow it.
Yeah.
I would do that. Then by the time my grits boiled, I had just finished the tuna, pour the grits in the bowl, put a little Splenda on top, because I like my grits sweet. Put Splenda on top of the grits, stir it up, and if I was in a hurry, I would basically drink the grits because I had to go to class. I was in college, or I'd eat the grits. That was my breakfast. I did that for 3 or 4 years, every single day, and I didn't ever get tired of it because I was done in 5 minutes.
I can eat tuna every meal out of a can if I can mix it with boiled eggs, sweet relish, and mayonnaise.
I like dill relish.
See, I don't like the dill. I can eat the dill because Amanda likes the dill. So if she makes it, as long as there's boiled eggs and a lot of boiled eggs, like for a can of tuna, I want 2 boiled eggs, enough mayonnaise.